Once upon a time, on the peaceful and snowy Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva and Maa Parvati lived happily in a simple abode surrounded by mountains, rivers, and devoted sages. One morning, Maa Parvati smiled and said, "Swami, today I would like to visit my dear sister, Maa Lakshmi." Lord Shiva looked at her with affection and replied, "Of course, Devi, may your journey be filled with happiness." As Maa Parvati walked toward Vaikuntha, she thought to herself, "My dear sister will surely be delighted to see me. She will welcome me with a warm hug, and we will spend the day talking and laughing together." With these happy thoughts, she continued her journey. When Maa Parvati reached Vaikuntha, Maa Lakshmi welcomed her respectfully and invited her inside. The palace was breathtaking. Its walls shimmered like gold, crystal chandeliers sparkled from above, lotus ponds reflected the sunlight, jeweled fountains danced in the gardens, and every room was filled with rare treasures. As they walked through the palace, Maa Lakshmi proudly showed each hall, each garden, every golden pillar, and every precious jewel. "Look at these beautiful gardens," she said. "See these priceless gems and these grand halls. Everything has been built with great care." Maa Parvati admired the beauty of the palace, but deep in her heart she felt a little disappointed. She had hoped to spend time talking with her sister, sharing stories, and enjoying each other's company. Instead, most of the visit was spent looking at wealth and luxury. When Maa Parvati returned to Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva immediately noticed that she seemed thoughtful. He gently asked, "Devi, what is troubling your heart?" Maa Parvati replied, "Swami, Maa Lakshmi's palace was truly magnificent. Everywhere I looked there was gold, beauty, and riches. I also wish to have such a beautiful palace." Lord Shiva smiled kindly and said, "If that is your wish, it shall be done." Lord Shiva called the divine architect Vishwakarma. Appearing in a brilliant golden light, Vishwakarma bowed respectfully before Mahadev. Lord Shiva said, "Please build a palace exactly as Devi desires." Excitedly, Maa Parvati described every detail of her dream palace. She wanted sparkling crystal halls, golden towers reaching the sky, peaceful lotus lakes, colorful flower gardens, graceful arches, magnificent courtyards, and rooms glowing with divine light. Vishwakarma carefully listened to every wish and immediately began his work. With divine skill, golden pillars rose from the ground, beautiful gardens bloomed instantly, fountains began flowing, and shining domes reflected the sunlight. Before long, an extraordinary palace stood before everyone, even more beautiful than Maa Parvati had imagined. Filled with happiness, Maa Parvati decided to celebrate with a grand Griha Pravesh, the traditional housewarming ceremony. Invitations were sent to all the gods, goddesses, sages, and celestial beings. Soon the palace was filled with joyful guests carrying flowers, fruits, and blessings. Maa Lakshmi also arrived and admired the magnificent palace with a warm smile. A sacred havan was prepared in the center of the palace. A wise Vedic priest, known for his deep knowledge of the scriptures, performed the ceremony with great devotion. The sound of Vedic mantras echoed through the palace as offerings of ghee, herbs, and fragrant flowers were made into the sacred fire. The atmosphere was peaceful and filled with divine blessings. When the ceremony was complete, everyone discovered that the learned priest was none other than Ravana, the great scholar and devoted worshipper of Lord Shiva. Following tradition, Lord Shiva folded his hands and said, "The ceremony has been completed perfectly. Please ask for your dakshina." Ravana bowed respectfully and replied, "Mahadev, if you are pleased with my service, I ask for this magnificent palace as my dakshina." A deep silence filled the palace. Every guest looked toward Lord Shiva, wondering what he would do. Maa Parvati's joyful smile slowly faded. Lord Shiva had given his word that the priest could ask for any gift. Since Mahadev never broke a promise, he smiled peacefully and said, "So be it." Without a moment of hesitation, he gifted the entire palace to Ravana. Ravana gratefully accepted the gift, bowed to Lord Shiva, and departed with the palace to Lanka. Maa Parvati felt deeply saddened. She had dreamed of living in that beautiful palace, yet it was gone before she had even spent a single day there. Seeing her sorrow, Lord Shiva gently said, "Devi, Palaces, gold, jewels, and worldly riches may come and go. They can bring comfort, but they cannot bring lasting happiness. Truth, generosity, compassion, humility, and keeping one's promise are treasures that no one can ever take away. As Ravana carried the palace to Lanka, Maa Parvati looked at it one last time and softly said, "A palace built with pride and attachment cannot remain forever. One day, its glory will turn to ashes." Many years passed. During the events of the Ramayana, Lord Hanuman crossed the ocean in search of Maa Sita. After finding her, Ravana's soldiers wrapped Hanuman's tail in cloth and set it on fire. With the blessings of Lord Rama, Hanuman grew in size and leaped across the rooftops of Lanka. The flames spread throughout the magnificent golden city. As Lanka burned, people remembered Maa Parvati's words and realized that wealth gained through pride can never last forever. From that day onward, everyone remembered Lord Shiva's timeless teaching: a palace may be built with gold, but only love can make it a home. Riches may sparkle for a while, but kindness, truth, humility, and devotion shine forever. Moral: never compare your life with the riches of others. True wealth is not measured by gold, jewels, or grand palaces. The greatest treasures are a loving heart, humble nature, honesty, generosity, and the promises we keep. These treasures remain with us forever.